Black science.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Here's the question. How good do you have to be to switch from a singer to a sanger?
Ooh. Okay.
At what
so
point?
This is how you know.
Okay.
If the people who are receiving your vocals look like something stinks
Stank face.
or they're upset about something,
Mm-hmm.
you are singing.
Or if they're cussing at her.
Yes. Or if they're hitting stuff. If they rocking back and forth.
If they're giving vague insults,
yes.
you're doing well. If it's specific, like someone who's, if this is any talent, someone who's going off in a good way,
Mhm.
no one will ever be like, you suck, you
No.
trash. It might be like, you motherfucker. Hell nah, you son of a bitch. Like general stuff. It'll never be
Mhm.
about what, they'll never be like, you can't sing.
Mhm.
And then be like, woo, keep going.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like the less general. But I think we all know when someone can sing. You know what I mean? When
Mhm.
someone's really blowing, you'd be like, oh,
Mhm.
she's on a whole nother level.
Because it doesn't sound like anything that anyone else can come up with. You know, it sounds individualized. It's
Yep.
like, oh, did
Oh.
he just hit that?
That might be the answer.
You know, it's
The
like,
individual, like
mm-hmm.
what makes them.
Like they come up with a run that is difficult. Who is it? Layla Hathaway, I think. This woman used several different vocal cords to sing at the same time. It sounded like
A chord? Like more than one note?
Yes.
Oh,
And it
that's-
sounded so
See,
wild.
that's like God tier to the point where it's damn near impossible. Like, oh
Right.
shit, like God hooked her up. So I feel like we always know when you hear somebody singing, you already know that. I'm almost thinking about the minimum. Like,
Mhm.
at what point does a singer become a sanger?
You know how I know for me? When I'm listening to someone sing, because I follow They Have the Range. I be all in the challenges, all kind of stuff. If I stop breathing while they're singing, that lets me know they singing. I will literally be like,
Hold your breath.
I'll literally hold my breath for someone, and I won't notice it until they're done. You know, if it's a long video, of course I'll probably breathe.
Yeah.
But I don't even notice that I'm holding my breath until I breathe again, and I'm like, God.
Listening to somebody sing crazy or play an instrument crazy
Mhm.
is a very spiritual experience because you're not just, if you see somebody solving really hard math problems, you'd probably just be looking at them being like, oh, this is really difficult. This is a cool skill.
Right.
But for some reason, like, powerful music is like you're accepting the skill level, but you're also like feeling it. It's just like,
Mhm.
damn. Like I saw this video of
Shaking the table.
it was like some high school choir teacher who retired and asked like his last 30 years worth of students
Oh, I
to
saw
come.
that.
Oh my God. First of all, the choir
lead
was
singer
amazing.
was-
But the lead, the black lady,
She was ridiculous.
I watched that clip like 6 or 7 times.
Really?
And like you said, I didn't even really realize I was looping it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like little parts, little runs, little things I wanted to hear again. And I was even looking at some of the other people in that choir were just like
Mm-hmm.
getting hit by all the feels from this woman. So
That's why I feel nice about Halle's recent performance of Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. She sang live, I think at Disney World. It was the most beautiful thing ever.
they could both sing.
But the way she ended it, she had this little run that just made me throw up my britches.
Oh, you were about to give her the puss? Beyonce's never had students. So like these are like Goku's first students. Like these two, and I don't follow Chloe and Halle's music career like that crazy,
Mhm.
but they are talented.
Mhm.
And to
Very
be
talented.
under Beyonce's wing, that says a lot. So I wasn't never worried
I have
about
their
her.
albums together, and
Huh?
I listen. I'm familiar with their music.
Good?
I've
It's good.
I've turned you on to some of their songs.
I have some of those on my playlist.
Mhm.
Chloe Bailey getting smacked in Swarm made me a fan. Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, that scene had all the jiggles. She was doing a bunch of sexy stuff online, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, she cute.
Oh, but you needed to see her in the act.
Don't be unfair.
What?
Even the scenes after that, just
She's
her demeanor in that whole show was very sexy. I just never really looked at it like that until then. But my main point was because they were Beyonce's proteges, I was never worried about her vocal performance in Little Mermaid. I was just worried about the racism.
How she would be received.
Oh, the racism, yeah. But
Yeah.
the movie is going crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
You heard
it comes out May 26th.
You see Aladdin was hating.
Oh, right. Somebody said, what is,
Will Smith
you're a street rat. You will always be a street rat.
They did not call that
They
nigga
called
a
him
street rat.
They called him Prince Abubu. No, go back to Ababwa.
They called Aladdin a street rat. Hey, you know what's crazy? When Aladdin, the cartoon, was called that, it didn't hit like that. Because it was like a song.
And only the fleas will mourn
But
you.
to book Aladdin and be casted as Aladdin and then hear the cartoon insult applied to you, a street rat, that hurts. Street rat hurts.
And he got roasted.
As he should have.
He said, you were born a street rat. You will die a street rat. And only the fleas will mourn you.
That's a funny candlelight vigil. Can you imagine seeing a candlelight vigil of all fleas? You'd be like, damn, nobody fucked with this nigga. This nigga was dirty. The fleas miss him? Fleas aren't even alive that long.
Right.
Aladdin was also just stealing a loaf of bread, and he was getting chased by like 30 niggas with swords.
They was going to cut Princess Jasmine's
It was going to stab
head
him.
off for stealing.
A
And
loaf
then
of bread.
She had to act simple.
He's like, nigga, I'm starving. Bro was like, man.
She had to look at the camel and was like, hello, doctor.
That bread didn't even look good. It looked hard. You know that hard bread that's not even enjoyable?
When it looked kind of good.
When he was like sharing it and breaking it apart, it did look good.
When he made Abu give it away, Abu bit it.
Abu made it look really good. He made the bread. He made it look like Cheesecake Factory bread. But I know what type of it was. It's like that baguette bread that be in the grocery store,
baguette.
And it's like I don't see how anybody likes that bread. It's hard as hell.
It's tasty though. So when you bake it, you make it a little softer. You put some butter on it, or you dip it in your pasta, your Alfredo, whatever it is. It tastes good though.
That shit hard. How about
that? It tastes good.
How about that? All right. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What? You're not prepared?
I don't know which one to do. I got about 5.
Well, I have one. And it's young girls, listen up. It's 10 commandments you never break out here. Pull up a chair.
Where's out here? Just out here in general?
In these streets.
Okay. I'm gonna let you pick. This is what I do on my
give me a general,
on my own my cloudy podcast.
Give me a general subject line.
I'm gonna just give you a table of contents.
Okay.
And then you can choose which story you want to hear.
Coolio.
Cool. I'm not gonna explain what it is. I'm just gonna give a general. All right. We got the bum story. Let's call it the bum story.
Bum bump.
Okay. We got the bars in hell. We were just talking about that.
My bars.
But the no, not your rap bars. The bars for relationship.
Oh, hold up. I didn't even hit him with I hit my knuckle on the door. Pick your jaw up off the floor.
I hit my knuckle on the floor.
Keep fucking with me and I'm going to light your ass up like Thor. Okay.
I hit my knuckle on the door?
I did. I just hit my knuckle on the door.
Oh, wow. You rapping about real life stuff. Okay.
But keep fucking with me and I'm going to light your ass up like Thor? Isn't he the god of lightning? Thunder, lightning?
Here's your table of contents.
Okay.
Bum story. Bars in hell. Miles of dick. Or the audacity.
Ooh.
Them last
Can I
two.
ask I just want to ask
My
a question.
my labeling of the stories got better as it went also, so that's gonna
Okay.
be another hard thing to choose.
Let me ask this: the audacity,
The audacity?
audacity, the audacity. Is it caucasity? Does it have anything to do with?
Nigacity.
Oh shit! So I'm sliding between the bar is in hell
Okay.
and the nigacity.
Oh, Miles' a Dick didn't do it for you. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well then, let's go with nigacity then.
All right.
'Cause that's my favorite of the two.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go into my thread just yet, but just know it's a little shorter. The conversation that stems from it, it's a text conversation. It's not even a conversation. This is the nigacity. This is a date pitch from a dude that was just so wild. The woman just posted it with the caption, "Ain't no fucking way."
Oh,
so I'm sure
my
you've gotten
God.
plenty of those in your day.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's the one I'm gonna go with.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
We haven't Rochambeau'd in a while.
Okay.
You want a rock, bomb, scissor?
Yeah.
Sounded weird, right?
Yep.
You trying to rock, bomb, scissor?
Yes.
Rock,
You
bomb,
know,
thither me.
Bomb diggity dong.
1, 2, 3, go, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1, 2, 3. That's paper was replaced.
Oh.
2, 3, go. Ha ha! I
You
see what
got
you
it.
tried to do. I see what you tried to do. Ha ha! Break them scissors off.
Oh, here.
Ha ha! All right.
So do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'm going first.
Oh.
Why would I win and tell you to go first? Wow, that clarification was bullshit.
That was me letting you know additionally that I wanted to go first.
All right. The retweet says, "Ain't no fucking way." The original post says, "Let me log out, cause
Ain't no fucking way.
you know the difference between this and this."
Yes.
Okay. What's
Yeah.
what?
One is funnier than the other. The to the side I think is the funnier.
But you
This
know what
one
I
is
was
just
doing, right?
funny. Yeah. This one is funny. This one is funnier.
Okay, but you know I'm talking about the emoji, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
The two
so
laughing
that's how you
ones.
use it. When you use the turned one, it's funnier than the
it's
first
funnier than
one.
the,
So you have
the regular.
so there's like a
There's a distinction for me.
good.
Mhm.
Emoji use is a science that should be studied because a lot of people be using them the wrong way.
But if I'm going crazy, it's crazy. If I'm going crazy, I do the one that's like this.
With the eyes closed,
Yeah.
that's my most used one. That and the eyeballs.
Right. Those
But
two.
I do like the sideways laugh.
Mhm.
I don't like how people are using the awkward smile.
Oh.
This one, because I'm the type of person to be like, hey.
I
But a lot
use
of
that one when I
it's
fucked
like-
up on something.
Yeah, it's like most people are using it like that, like this, like. Yeah.
Mhm. That's how I use it.
I didn't
I'd
know
be
that.
like,
I thought it was like.
No. Yeah. I use it when somebody's like, you on Instagram, but you didn't return my text. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's how. I think that's honestly how it is now, but I don't know how it was originally intended. All right, so this is a text message. I'm not even gonna say a conversation. I'm just gonna say a couple of texts from a man who a woman was, I guess, entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But people are asking, would you appreciate this? So here's the first text. You want to go out Sunday?
Okay.
Not bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next text. And last text. I don't really got the funds right now. I was thinking we could go. Remember, I'm going to have to read the grammar they have, and then if I have to reread it to make it make sense.
I got you.
I don't really got the funds right now. I was thinking we could go some not too expensive like Olive Garden, and you just pay. We can go back to my place after, watch movies, and I show my appreciation.
Oh, so he's the prize.
I'm gonna do it one more time. Just put yourself in this young woman's shoes. She didn't say anything. This is 3:32 p.m.
Perfect response. Nothing.
I'm just saying, her response isn't even a response before he hit him up. In between, after. You want to go out Sunday. I don't really got the funds right now. I was just thinking we could go someplace not too expensive like Olive Garden, and you just pay. Why did it matter how expensive it was if you were forcing her to pay anyway?
What would make him think that this would get him into her love sack?
He thought he was already there because the next sentence was, we can go back to my place and watch movies, and I show my appreciation. So it was like, you know how most dudes, this is why it's so crazy to me, because it's not, the audacity, niggas have endless amounts of audacity. I'm not surprised by that. It's like a new school way of thinking. It's like most niggas are like, do a really good date, and then hopefully you get the draws afterwards. He was like, no, I'm getting the draws.
You know when he said,
but no, you're getting the draws.
Right.
He was like, I don't got the money. First of all, he said, it wasn't like, hey, you want to go out? I don't got the funds. He said, let's go out. I don't have money. You pay. We go here.
He knew he had to say that because the general rule is whoever asks the person out on the date is supposed to pay.
Well, also man and woman. You know, those are more old school.
Yeah, but also even in newer school, they'll say, like, if a woman asks a guy out on the date, she's paying.
I mean, is that really true, though?
I've done it.
Women have done it who are super cool.
That I've asked.
And I feel like from the man's point of view, it's like, oh, that was really cool. But I don't know if that's really the rule. Because I've been asked out by women, and it was a regular date after that, you know?
But I bet that they were willing to pay if they asked you out on a date.
Well, the funny part is he said he don't got it. He suggested the place, then said you pay. So it was very much in his head already. I don't got it. We going out. We going here. You're paying. And then on top of all of that, instead of just ending it there, that's the date, you go back to my house. We watch movies. I fuck you. You pay. That's a good date for you. Like, he really laid out all the stuff we keep to ourselves. Mm-hmm. Here's the place.
I already know what this guy looks like.
No, tell us.
Good as a motherfucker.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Be the ones that got the audacity to do that and say that because it works for them, because they look good as fuck.
So you think that he said this because it's worked before?
Yes. Yes.
Look,
ugly dude can't do it. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for an ugly dude.
Well,
but a good looking dude, if he's like some of them fitness trainers be looking good but be broke. If he's like one of them, like, he's probably gotten away with that.
Wow.
He done probably sent over some nice pictures, you know.
You know, I mean, I'm obviously gonna yield to your experience because I feel like that's probably the case. I have seen, and this is men and women. I've seen subpar women, subpar men, all doing this, but it's always been public, like people posting on stuff or Twitter. It's never been like a personal thing like you've probably experienced. But I don't know. It seems like the internet has made way for a lot of people to be pushing standards, and you sitting there looking at the video like, what you talking about? Right. Like, I'm not gonna say what they calling her because it's really, really mean. But there was a woman who appeared on a podcast recently because she went viral for leaving the club because no dudes were talking to her, and she was like, I'm a 10. blah 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 blah.
Really?
Yeah, and now she's going viral
getting
for very very
cooked.
mean reasons. But I've seen that a bunch of times, especially like dudes be under like fine ass girls posts talking about, oh, I could never blah blah blah, I need my woman blah blah blah. You click on the photo, it's like some anime watching fat dude, you know, like some. So I do see both sides of it. I see what you're saying, like a good looking dude would have the balls to say this, but there
Right.
just be some wild things said by wild people on the internet.
Yeah,
too.
but when they're really actually asking for a date, that sounds like more like a guy that probably is better looking, probably don't have nothing else going for him, maybe homosexual, probably got the good sexuals, you know, and that's why he knows, like, if I get it there, like, I can get there off my looks alone.
Yeah.
But once I get there, I'm going to put it down. She going to be paying for all the meals.
And then it's not going to matter.
He going to be
So
a
he
passenger.
was saying it like,
he going to be a passenger prince.
he's saying, I fuck so good, if you just make it past this date, you'll be all in, because he meant what he said by the end, like, I'll show you my appreciation.
He was considerate. You know why? He was considerate enough to say, somewhere not that expensive. So he don't even he's letting her know he's a cheap date. Like Olive Garden.
So if you can get past the pack.
Olive Garden, you can go to Olive Garden and get full off of the bread and the endless salad.
So he was saying basically, like, if you can get past the fact that I just said I was broke and you're paying, I'm also at least suggesting somewhere that's inexpensive. Because he could have said, I don't got it, let's go out, we going to Maestro's, you pay.
They could go to Olive Garden, get a side of Alfredo sauce, dip it in the breadsticks, dip the breadsticks in the Alfredo sauce. It's fire, super fire. Endless salad, you're going to be full. You ain't even got to order nothing else.
Who the fuck is excited about endless salad?
Hey, Olive Garden salad be busted.
You know what's crazy? If he did suggest this an expensive restaurant and he said, I don't got it like that, but I want to go out. Let's go to this expensive restaurant and you pay.
The audacity.
You know what he would sound like?
What?
He would sound like, you niggas. He would sound like all of y'all. So if you find if you find audacity in this, just know y'all got plenty of it.
See, I was trying to give him a bone. And
no, you
were.
Just
threw it on
you
me.
were. And I appreciate that. But at the same time, I just need you guys to understand that he crawled so that we could show you guys a big walk. You guys have been doing this.
You guys
under
out
the
here
disguise,
doing the slut walk.
Under the disguise of, oh, that's just how it is. I'm a woman. You're supposed to be doing all this. But this is how y'all sound. I'm broke. I don't got it. Let's go here. It's expensive. You paying. Then if you lucky, you can fuck me. That's y'all.
So he was just throwing it back on us. So
I wasn't even
low-key y'all hero. He's a city boy.
I didn't even set that up. I'm sorry. That sounds like I did all this to set you up. But
you did.
That just
I finally try to, walk on your side. I'm over here trying
you do be giving support for the wrong niggas in my stories though. So this was a long time coming. But no, I don't agree with this.
No, absolutely.
This is basically a confidence level I haven't seen in a while. And I think you are right. The difference between your story and mine is the examples I've seen were just random people saying random things to random whoever, like on someone's comment or their own video, just saying, this is how I want it, blah, blah, blah. This is somebody who's actually interacting with somebody who they could have sex with or whatever. And that does sound like something that...
Because just imagine she knows she got the gawk 5 million, as you say. And... he take her out. He don't know. He don't know for sure. I mean, she might have some supple lips, but she might have the soup coolers.
Some nice-lipped women still can't do it. That's a big disappointment.
But after the date or whatever, she know. If she knows she gonna get down already because it's prefaced.
He's not going nowhere.
She know. Yeah.
So people like that don't really care about the date itself. They'll be like, I'm gonna just be how I am, because once they let me do this, it's a wrap.
Because it's throwing the hook out there. You know?
I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the end of the night is going to do crazy things to their brain,
Mm-hmm.
you could really act however you want during the night.
Mm-hmm.
I never really lived by that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is, like I said, nigacity.
You were right.
All right.
All right. So
I like
I got some 10 commandments for the females, for the young girls. As she says, young girls, listen up. It's 10 commandments you never break out here. Pull up a chair. Number 1. Something's wrong with you.
You said pull up a chair. So
Always keep a spare pad / wipe you never fucking know.
in case the blood comes.
In case you start early, you know.
Hey,
I have a calendar that I keep track of my cycle, so I know pretty much my cycle comes on the dot every
real
month.
nigga tip. Real nigga tip. I'm gonna start throwing these into the podcast like pop-up video on VH1.
Pop-up video.
The great advice I got from a woman when I started, living by myself and having, bathrooms and stuff.
Damn.
I'm just saying,
having bathrooms
before you before you move out and stuff, it's
Mhm.
communal bathrooms, and then you move into a place and you have your own bathroom and stuff. And then
Mhm.
I moved to a place and had a couple bathrooms. So the best advice I ever got from a woman was to just keep women hygiene stuff in that guest bathroom, like pads and all that kind of stuff, for when I had guests. Because if something like that happens and I'm just sitting
It's
there
gonna
looking
be on
at
your
you,
couch. Sorry. Has
that's
that
not where I
happened?
was going, but that's true.
Has that happened?
A woman has never bled on my couch. Though.
Oh.
My mattress, though, for sure. That's always that sucks because you change every time you change the seats.
You
It
see
looks like a little fucking
thing. Little Africa.
Why are stains always in the shape of Africa?
Mother Nature. I mean, the motherland, Mother Nature. It's just a reminder of where we came from.
It's
know?
usually Africa or Japan. Japan's like a bunch of islands. Africa or Japan. It's one of the two. All right, I'm sorry.
Number 2, never tell a man you aborting his seed. Protect your neck. If you gonna do
Whoa.
it, do it.
That's number 2?
Never
Jesus Christ.
speak to him. Get a friend. Keep the secret. Never ever share that with him.
That you aborted? It's not something that's talked about?
I think she's saying this.
Oh,
because,
if they didn't know, if he didn't know she was even pregnant,
right?
Why even bring it up?
Because there was a guy who just killed. He just killed his girlfriend, wife. I don't know, his partner, for having an abortion without his consent.
Oh, killing for not having the abortion.
No. He killed her because she had the abortion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Because it's usually killing them because they
won't have it.
He wanted the kid that bad.
He wanted the kid that bad that he killed
Niggas
her.
are crazy. I didn't think about that from a safety point of view, but absolutely from y'all point of view. But I was just thinking that, like, damn, that's a great one.
This is horrible advice.
No, it's not.
It is horrible advice because
like it.
you shouldn't be smashing somebody that you would have to be afraid to tell.
Hey. Okay.
I mean,
she's not giving advice on picking your partner. She's giving advice on when that time comes. So if you,
but she needs to give advice on picking the right partner, so you're not afraid to tell this nigga you pregnant.
That's good advice too. But a secret abortion and not even bothering the nigga, put her in the Hall of Fame.
That's only for niggas that don't want kids. But niggas who do want kids,
then absolutely do that. Because if the woman doesn't want the baby, you absolutely have to do it in silence, or it's gonna end up bad, like you were saying. The nigga killed the woman for having it because he wanted kids. If she didn't want the kid with the nigga, she wasn't wrong.
There's a whole debate. If he didn't, if she didn't want it, if he didn't want it, or if she didn't want it, then she should let this nigga know, like, we can't be playing like this because, if it happens, I'm getting rid of it.
Well, maybe this is fucked up. I don't know the rules. However, if the roles were reversed and men had to get
For the
pregnant,
child bearers.
carry the kid, have the kid. It was a huge problem in the community that the woman would leave and I would have to take care of the kid by himself. So you have to really be careful on who you have the kid with.
You wouldn't even risk it, is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe, but if, as much as people say a kid is 50% between the man and the woman, it's not.
You're all for the executive decision, basically, for the woman
and
to
I think
make
the women
executive decision.
Should absolutely have that.
Okay.
Because as much as people say kids are 50-50, it's not. It's not really. It's kind of 70-30.
Yeah.
Because even the dude being around and being there for the kid,
he still never carried his
still
body.
never carried
it.
Didn't
y'all?
It messes up y'all body, y'all mind. Even after
hair fall out.
after it's born, the woman still has a different connection to the kid. So it's like it's not 50-50. The effort might be 50-50 going into it, but the actual effort of it is not 50-50. So if the woman does not want to have the kid, period, or if she doesn't want to have the kid with the dude, and she just X's it off before he even knows about it, I see nothing wrong with it. That might be fucked up.
It's a bit fucked up.
I don't.
It's a bit fucked up.
I think it's ultimately the carrier's decision.
Yeah, because what if he's like, you know what? Look, I'll take care of it. We can give it up for adoption or whatnot. Like, I don't know. If he wants it, that's where it's like a gray area for me. I feel like everybody has to have that conversation beforehand and stick to it. Like, if she does not want kids, like, she needs to make that known to him, because niggas will think, sometimes I think they'll just think that all women want kids. So if you get her pregnant, she's automatically going to be happy about it, because we're nurturers by nature and we want offspring. Most women out here do want to have kids. So I think sometimes that conversation goes untouched. And
a nigga's
it's
excitement.
like, no, not every woman wants to have kids, and we are as adamant about it as some men who don't want kids.
But niggas' excitement doesn't mean they're gonna be a good dad. There've been niggas who have been excitement, hey, don't kill my baby, blah blah blah, and still ended up being a bad dad, leaving, whatever. So,
and then you gotta think about grandparents too. Like,
I mean, it's hard to say, but for me, if the carrier, the birther, and the raiser isn't into it and does not want to do it, I don't see.
You got to make him strap it up. You got to make him strap it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like we keep talking about their mistakes before this point.
Yeah,
which can always be. I'm just saying,
that's where I'm at. Because once it's there, to me, it's like, okay, you made your bed. If it was like a consensual type dealing, like,
yeah,
I've never gotten accidentally pregnant, you know, because I kind of play things how I want my life to work out. But I know that at times I have played with fire. And so if when I played with fire, I got burnt, you know, it's like, okay, now I made my bed, I gotta lay in it. And some people will have all the resources, have everything that they need to raise a child, and just don't want to do it because whether it's with the specific person that it's by or whatnot, I just feel like we have to be, and yes, I am talking about beforehand. We really have to make that decision as important as the moment that we're going to be intimate.
Absolutely. I agree. You know, I was just basically talking about.
But 70-30 is.
I was basically just talking about that moment on, you know, not their mistakes before that. But I think it's a good conversation because we're basically representing the both extremes of this pro-life, pro-choice thing. And it seems like overall it's a tough situation, but to me it's like if two people, I personally feel like it's choice just because I still give people the leeway. Like, young people make mistakes, some things happen, and for the amount of sex that people have
Mm-hmm.
and the amount of times that people kind of like slip up, for the consequence to be a person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes it doesn't even really work out well in the baby's point of view, because it's like, damn, now they're growing up with people who don't really vibe like that. They're not in a situation to have kids, and it's just like, it's almost like the morality of bringing a life as opposed to a good life is a very interesting back and forth, because it's like, yeah, you could raise a kid in some rough situations and then it ends up being the president, that doesn't really dictate anything. But I could also see how some people could mess up and see that this isn't the situation that they want to be in for the rest of their lives.
And I think also we don't usually see it the way we just saw with this situation where she aborted it and he got mad and killed her. We don't usually see it to where the woman doesn't want to have the kid and the guy does.
Yeah.
We usually either see
opposite.
unified front or it's the opposite, So when it's that strong, I think like we just have to be careful. And yeah, it's a scary situation, but I really do like what you said about it 70-30, because I really feel like that's more accurate as far as
there's no way having a kid is 50-50.
Yeah.
The childbirthing alone makes it not even. Because they say that there's nothing in our life that can even compare to the pain, let alone all the other stuff.
So supposedly during natural childbirth, like the pain threshold, I don't know what the number is, but childbirth exceeds that by like 3 times or something like that.
Of what?
The pain threshold of like what people can stand as far as pain is concerned. Childbirth is like meters or whatever. I'm not sure what.
I hear that
the
how you guys are
decibels
wired, it's the worst thing you guys experience, but just like the maternal woman, magic, whatever it is, it resets as soon as you have it. And you forget about it. So that's why people have multiple kids.
Yeah, because some of you like, oh, I'm never having kids again. And then, 2 months later, they pregnant again. You'll be like, I'm never having another kid. That was a crazy situation, though. Boom, pregnant again.
Crazy.
3, never tell a man what you're looking for in someone. When he asks, tell him he'll know when he fits the description. Never give anyone the roadmap to play with you. Okay.
Interesting. Giving out too much info.
Yeah, if you tell him what he's looking for, he could play it. 4, download your Google Maps in your city so you can access it offline in case of your phone not working. Emergencies happen and you need to know how to get the fuck out.
First of all, I didn't even know that was an option. That's not even a woman. That's for
right. That's
everybody.
For
yeah.
Also applies to a city you gon' be in. She's so ghetto. You gon' be in. Send your people the location also.
So does it still track you, or is it just a map?
Well, we've used we used it offline. Remember, it was off the grid in Alaska.
That shit did not work. That showed us going through little checkers.
Well, once it got to a certain point, it looked like we were going to the
that
eraser.
was the point. Yeah, that was the point.
But we had already been off the grid. Like we weren't getting no service. We were already offline.
Yeah, but I mean, when you are online, I feel like it loads as much as the map as possible, and we just went to the edge of the loaded map, and then it wasn't.
But I'm saying it still tracked us while we were offline, because we were following a route offline even before it went to the checkered.
I have to look into that. That sounds like an interesting tip.
Cool. Number 5, center yourself first and your circle second. No man or woman should be the center of your life. Never forget what nourishes you. Never bury yourself so someone can live, unless it's your kids and they gotta be babies.
Hey, people need to listen to that. Some people, and not just women, men too, they just make their partner their whole life and then wonder why they shit fall apart when it doesn't work out. It's
like, right. Because your shit wasn't together.
What'd you think? Yeah.
6, stand in love. Never fall in it. Love wisely and fully, not blindly and emptily.
I stand in love.
Stand in love.
You didn't fall in love?
Don't fall in
Man,
it. I stood in that.
I'm standing for you.
I stand. Love does not equate to suffering and complete and utter sacrifice. So You don't have to sacrifice and be
When the
miserable.
people be like, it's all about going through the ups and the downs. Come on. The bad and the good, even though it's 98% bad and downs.
Damn. Oh, also, never marry for love. Partner for love, marry for assets and quality of life with that person and the family you want to create. No, you don't have to have kids to be a family.
Nigga said, marry for assets.
That's
why it was
I
invented.
feel what marriage was originally about.
Mm-hmm.
A business contract. You married because of what people had.
She's giving 10 commandments for a savage.
Right. Number 8. Before you have kids, ask yourself if you really want them no matter what happens. Accept that you may be a single mother under circumstances beyond what you even think. Prepare for them and remember, no matter what happens or what a motherfucker say, them are your kids. Whew.
That's a big one.
She's preaching. 9. Guard your heart, for everything good comes from it. Doesn't mean to not allow anything to enter, but just be wise and selective. Boundaries are a sign of love and self and those who you enforce them with. Never sleep on wise counsel. Them women not always bitter. Okay.
People do write off advice a lot based on...
if it's not what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10. Live. Anyone in the way of you living, distance and dodge. At the end of this life, I don't want anyone reading this to sit in regret of who they allowed to be a blockage in their life. Anyone who is holding you back and feeling like a weight, please, please let them go. This was from Jasmine the Great. Brand strategy.
That's a big part of growing up is realizing that, damn, like your childhood or whatever, wherever you started was really just like a bus stop. And it's like all the people that you meet are at this bus stop and they're not all going the same place you are going, you know? And it's like we make these friends and these relationships and then the bus comes and you realize that some people ain't getting on your bus. Some people getting on a different bus. Some people ain't getting on no bus. They were just, oh, shit, you were just hanging out at the bus stop. And I think that cutting people off and realizing that you're not a good person, you're not a bad person for leaving some people behind.
Right.
And when I say leaving people behind, I'm not just talking about success or anything. I'm just talking about in your life.
Right.
I think that just...
sometimes the chapter
letting
ends.
people go. Yeah, and it seems like you're like, damn, I'm kind of fucked up because I just don't fuck with that person anymore. But most people don't think about like, well, when did I meet that person? Oh shit, I met that person when I was 15.
Some relationships, I feel like some relationships naturally fall off
because people grow apart and grow into different people.
And it's not even like a hurt thing. It's not even like, you know, it's not even said.
Or
it's
like
just
a beef.
like,
yeah,
you just fall out of touch and you guys are just living, you know. They may cross your mind every now and then. Oh, I wonder how such and such is doing. But nothing ever happened to, you know, make that separation or that split. It's just like, yeah, we're cool. If I ever see them, like, it's what up? How you been? Miss you, you know.
People never really talk about, like, what makes people friends, you know, because there's usually, like, some type of attachment.
Right.
Very rarely is it just like, hey, I like being around you. Let's meet up and do nothing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's work that you guys are attached with, school, a job, you know, a career, certain things, a hobby. And then it's like, you know, if your hobby is martial arts and you meet somebody in martial arts and you guys are both equally as into it, you might know that person forever.
Right.
You know, but one of you guys might fall out of martial arts and then you don't see each other anymore.
Right. And the other's still enthralled. Like in that Black Mirror episode when they was playing the video game and the one dude, he was trying to stop fucking the video game character and the other dude was addicted to fucking the video game character, but they was homeboys and he was just like, you know, nigga, stop.
It's a strange example. You talking about the example where they fucked each other?
Yeah. They didn't fuck each other. The video game characters did.
If me and my homeboys all met up.
They kissed.
They fucked.
No, they did not.
They didn't have sex?
No. Not the two guys.
No, and their characters did.
The characters, the video game characters did. In real life, they met up and they kissed. to see if there was something there. You don't remember that
they
episode?
did.
Yeah.
Oh, they did, but their characters fucked.
The characters were fucking, but it was a guy and a girl.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I forgot about the actual kiss because it was gay from the beginning.
It's
But
not
I'm just
gay.
saying,
Is it gay?
if my what? Let me give you the example. If I threw a game night and I invited all my homeboys over and I had 7 homies over and 7 VR headsets, and I was like, in this VR we can be whoever we want, and it was known that we were about to fuck each other in this VR, and we all put on these glasses and smashed, and it don't matter. They could have been a little. One of them could have been an Asian woman. One of them could have been a white man. Doesn't matter who they were in the VR. We all smashed, came out of the VR headsets, dapped each other up, and then kept doing that.
First off, why y'all got to be sitting next to each other?
That doesn't matter. Okay, forget that example. If
This
they were
is
at
the
home,
thing.
if they were at home and it was online multiplayer, and I was over here smashing one of my homeboys every night and then logging off, all right, see you tomorrow, dog.
Well, okay, so for one of them, it's gay, and for the other, it's not.
Yes.
That's the difference.
It's super gay.
So
That
for
was
one
that situation.
person,
Let's take the video game out of it. We're just
the
talking
guy
about
who
Black
decided
Mirror.
to be the girl,
The dude who was decided to be the girl was gay. Okay.
because he was attracted to the male character in the game. But the one who played
I don't know.
as the dude,
I
how
don't
can he be gay if in the game he's fucking a girl who sounds like a
He
girl?
knows that's his homeboy.
But it's still a
well,
girl.
that's why the
sounds
episode
like
is
a
interesting.
girl.
But to me personally, I think that whole situation was interesting because of the technology. But if you took the technology out of it, you had 2 men. One of them was experiencing maybe gay thoughts, and one of them wasn't. So the game was just really like a vehicle to that point, because them kissing outside of it, like if it really, really, really was a game and they were just super weird and fucking each other in VR, then I don't think it would have ever led to a kiss. The fact that led to a kiss means he was probably feeling men that whole time. And then the other dude was like, damn, I did have sex with my homeboy, maybe I should try it, and then was like, oh, maybe not. But still, it was a very, I mean, I think honestly people in the LGBTQ community could agree with this. I think that it was a gay story from the start that featured video games. And that's just me.
I think it's the wildest type of situation that I've ever seen, that's created so much dialogue, but it's so crazy.
And they
to
were black
show
men. I think that's
the
what made it crazier.
difference between a man experiencing a female orgasm.
They felt the orgasm?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They felt everything. Just like the doctor who wore the thing.
So he felt a penis going in his vagina?
He felt what it would like to be fucked as a woman. Yes, he got
so you think that changed some things?
Yes.
Maybe.
Because he'll never experience that in the real world.
Okay, so then why kiss a man? You don't have a pussy.
Because he start questioning everything. He start questioning his whole reality when he could feel what we feel. Maybe that's why we be getting so like pissed off when y'all dick us down and be acting stupid afterwards.
And it seems like your guys' orgasm is way more fun than ours. You guys be losing control of y'all limbs, and we don't be doing all that. We just be like, all right.
No.
I'm hungry.
Y'all be doing all that and more sometimes.
All right, whatever. All right. That's what you been making niggas do? Yeah, you poisoned that nigga. That was poison. All right, here's my fact. We're moving
What's your
on.
fact?
Great commandments. Whore Moses. Not you, the girl. That's why I was looking at the screen.
Oh. Like,
Wasn't
what?
calling you whore Moses. She made the 10 commandments. Whore Moses.
Okay. I'm going to go with my fact.
All right, go ahead.
The longest one-syllable words in the dictionary. No, one syllable is scrunched, strength, and some suggest.
Scrunched?
Mm-hmm.
Scrunched.
Strength.
Strength?
Mm-hmm. Strength.
Strength. I would think the was a syllable. But
Nope. And squirreled. But
squirreled. Past tense.
squirreled. Yeah.
I was gonna squirrel today, but I squirreled yesterday.
Look at you, squirreled. So squirreled could be included, but some people pronounce squirrel as squirrel. So
Squirrel.
if they pronounce it as
Squirreled.
squirrel, then it's a 2-syllable word. But if it's squirreled,
Well, shit.
it's one.
If it's depending on how you pronounce it, you can make anything multiple syllables. House.
Scrunched. How you
House.
gonna make that?
House.
But I think nobody.
But.
No.
Nobody.
Ew, why did you add some extra into it? You added
know.
some extra word. No, I'm not about to do that. Dreamt is the only English word that ends in the letters MT. Dreamt.
No. Dreamt.
And
Yeah,
lastly,
I guess so.
Lastly, this has nothing to do with the first two.
Okay.
Almonds are a member of the peach family.
Are you just saying multiple facts? Were all of those separate, or was all in the same thing?
I was just telling you. I like to do quick ones.
Damn.
Super
Get one
quick.
interesting one. So almonds are a part of the peach family?
Yes. That's pretty cool.
Well, there is a big ass nut in the middle of peaches.
Super nut.
I hate that nut.
Yeah.
It
It's
kind
the
of
only nut you don't like. Huh?
It's so much. Fuck you. What? I'm just gonna move on.
I'm sorry. I was kidding.
That's so
Dang.
random. All right. In 2018, an 18-month-old German Shepherd named Luna fell off a boat in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh no.
She swam 2 miles to a nearby island and survived for 5 weeks by eating mice before being rescued by Navy personnel. She was slightly malnourished, but otherwise in perfect condition.
Eating mice?
A
It must have
month
been
and a
some-
week after. First of all, who didn't turn back on this boat?
Right. That's messed up.
She was 18 months old. She was only a year and some
baby.
change. Only a year and some change. Swam 2 miles to a nearby island, which is too
she
far,
was tired.
and then survived for 5 weeks by eating just mice. Like, that is a crazy story. Both of my dogs would have died in the water.
Oh.
But swimming 2 miles, hunting and catching mice, I don't even know how much domesticated dogs could hunt like that. But I wouldn't want to go back to the Navy.
I wouldn't either. Like,
Well, it never really said she was in the Navy at first, but she just fell off of a boat in the Pacific Ocean.
oh, so she didn't fall off of a.
I don't know,
Navy
but she
vessel?
got rescued by Navy. I just assumed that the Navy's like went back for her, but maybe if the
Like,
people
who
who lost
knew?
her,
Yeah.
like who's pulling up to a random island and looking for a dog on the that's
Why
just
the
so
dog
random.
didn't go back to the boat it fell off of?
It maybe just kept going and couldn't catch it.
Oh, you think it was like a speedboat?
Or like you know how they say like if you fall off a cruise ship, they're just
Mhm.
going to keep going because by the time they turn the whole boat around, you done anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was just like a big ass boat like that. I don't know.
Mm.
But it's an amazing story. That is a survival ass doggy.
I'm trying to wonder, how did the mice get on the island?
Just native mice.
They swam. Oh,
Huh?
they can swim for a long ass period of time.
Oh, you mean like
underwater,
how
huh?
does a new species inhabit a? I don't know. I do know that like snakes can like swim up to the island, and there's like islands that have snakes because they all swam there.
Well, they talked about like how rats can go up drains and stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
they can stay underwater for good
Oh,
amounts
so
of time.
rats,
right?
like a whole
So-
population of rats can swim to an island? That's disgusting.
I just know they could swim. So that was
How
really
do rats get to
cool. Islands?
islands? They've hidden in freight or supply crates, trapezed across rope lines to get into vessels for centuries. They came to Hawaii and New Zealand aboard Polynesian canoes. You got rats in your canoe, nigga? That's running around. This all in your shit. Ew. We too wondered how large those canoes would have to be for those rats to go unnoticed.
They brought them on canoes. They did that on purpose.
They coming through on boats. That actually makes a lot of sense. That's really gross. Rats can really live anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Once I saw them coming up pipes, I was like, okay, I'm done with rats.
Well, all righty.
You had a good time.
I did.
I did too.
This was fun.
How you feeling?
I feel done. We got Kirby in the house.
Okay, it's
might be
so
his last,
cute.
Might be his last cameo for a couple weeks.
Does Kirby make noise? I would take that as a no.
I don't remember. I don't think he says a word.
I don't think so either.
If he does, it's some.
Wah, 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 wah.
That's Yoshi. If he does, it's some like I don't know, tiny Japanese woman.
I just feel like he would sound like a bubble.
I don't remember. I really don't remember. I know he sucks everybody off, and then changes into their identity. So it's like a lot of these girls on these streets.
Wow. And then turns into their identity, sucking souls.
The part didn't really match.
Yeah, out here.
All right, guys.
Drinking up the souls.
It's time to take Kirby home. I'm out this BITCH.
Well,
It's been another episode of Thickums.
mm-hmm.
I've been your co-host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephanii.
We will see you next week.
That sounds like, is that the guy from Garfield?
Garfield?
Isn't that Garfield?
No.
No, not Garfield. What is it? It's a cat. You never see his face. You only see his hand. What is the cartoon? He sounds like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And the fact that you anchored us with Garfield is wild, because now I can't think of whatever you're talking about.
I'm going to show you. It's a scene of him from the back.
A cat.
And he's always like, I shall get you next time. And I thought it was, I'm going to find it out.
It sounds like a cartoon I never
seen
watched before.
100%.
Well, throw it in the comments if you know what the hell she's talking about. We will see you next week.
Okay. Bye.